Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about the new fall color collection from NARS. Yes, we are already talking about fall. I know it's only July, but buckle up because fall releases are upon us. According to the information that I got from NARS, this collection is limited edition. It contains a lip palette, 2 eyeshadow quads, and 8 new brow pencils. These products were sent without a full press release, so I don't know the exact prices. I'm gonna give you my guess for what the prices will be just based on their other previously released products. I know this collection will be released from NARS.com and NARS boutiques on July 19th. Typically, when it comes to these limited edition collections, NARS will release them from their website and their boutiques first, and then within a few days or a few weeks, they'll start to trickle out into other retailers like Sephora, Ulta, Nordstrom. As I find out the actual prices and the other retailer release dates, I'll link all that information in the description box, so make sure you keep an eye out there for the latest info. I will be swatching everything, and I'm also gonna do a demo. I'm wearing a bunch of these products today. First, let me give you the rundown on all of these items. Let's talk about the brow pencils first. These are the Brow Perfectors, and this is an existing product. There's already a NARS Brow Perfector available. I just looked at it on the Sephora site. This does look different. The existing Brow Perfector pencil does not have a spoolie, and these do have a capped spoolie on the other end. The previously released Brow Perfector pencil is priced at $24 US. I'm guessing these will be in that range. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing these come in at $24 or $26. That is pretty pricey for a brow pencil. I will say I love the color range here. I think the way that they've labeled these shades makes it pretty easy to determine which shade is going to be right for you. There are 8 shades in the Brow Perfector pencil. I'm going to go ahead and show you some swatches of all the different brow shades. That way you can get a feeling for the undertones and hopefully you can figure out which one's right for you. They did give us both a warm and a cool option. So there's a blonde warm, a blonde cool, auburn warm, auburn cool, medium brown that's warm, medium brown that's cool, and a dark brown, both warm and cool. I really like that about this product. I think it can be a little bit daunting to choose your shade, particularly if you're shopping online. So I do think they made that easy for us. I use the shade Como, which is the medium brown warm tone shade. I think it went on really nicely, just the right balance of pigmentation. It wasn't so waxy that I had to push down really hard, but it wasn't so pigmented that it was coming off in big chunks. Overall, really easy to use. I just do a quick fill in for the sparse areas on my brows. This product worked really, really well for that. I love the addition of the spoolie. Overall, I think this is a great brow pencil, great shade range. I don't know what the exact price is gonna be, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a bit pricey for what it is, but it is NARS, you know, what do you expect? They're not gonna give you a $10 brow pencil, you know what I'm saying? Next, let's talk about this lip palette. This is the 7 Deadly Sins lip palette. This one will come with a little lip brush. I like that the brush has a cap. So if you're gonna pack this, travel with it, put it in your purse, I love the cap to keep the brush clean. Based on the lip palette from the Erdem collection, that one also came with a lip brush, and that was priced at $49. So I have a pretty good feeling that this will be in that $49 range as well. The palette has this really cool packaging with all the lips on the front. Really like the packaging. It's definitely very NARS. And the palette itself feels quite heavy. It does feel luxurious. There is a really nice big mirror in here. This isn't something that I would want to carry around in my purse, but I see this being more useful either for a makeup artist to put in your kit so that you can mix different lip colors, or if you were going to travel, you could just take this little palette with you and then you have all your lipstick shades that you would need instead of packing a bunch of individual lipsticks, which is, I always tend to overpack my lip products. So this palette does have every shade you would need. There's a few different nudes, some reds, and then a couple of deeper, more vampy type shades. The 7 Deadly Sins palette says that it's the Audacious lipstick formula. I do think that once it's on the lips, it feels a lot like their existing Audacious lipsticks, but just because of the way it's packaged, it takes a little bit of warming up. You really need to kind of work into the lipstick a little bit to get that nice creamy pigmented texture. When you first touch these lip colors, they do feel just a little bit waxy to me, and that's a pretty common thing with lip palettes. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of lip palettes. I just don't think they're practical for the everyday consumer, but I think something like this would be really, really useful for a makeup artist, or, you know, like I said, if you travel a lot, you can have all your lip colors in one. Just to give you an idea of the product size, each one of these pans contains 2 grams of lipstick, and this tube of NARS lipstick contains 3.4 grams. So the pans in the palette aren't really a full-size lipstick, but you are getting 7 of them. So overall, it's still a good value as long as you like all or most of the lip shades. Throughout the talking portions of this video, I'm wearing the shade called Pride on my lips, but I am gonna go ahead and show you swatches now. We have 2 eyeshadow quads based on their existing products. I'm gonna assume that these are gonna be between $36 and $40 a piece. The eyeshadow quads do not have special packaging. I kind of wish that they did, but this is the classic NARS black kind of soft touch matte packaging. These do have a locking clasp closure, so they are not magnetic. And inside we're getting a pretty decent size mirror. These do not come with a brush, a sponge tip, or any kind of applicator. Of these 2 eyeshadow quads, the one called Mauve is definitely the more neutral, more toned down, although we do have this really glittery metallic icy kind of shade. I don't think it's showing up as beautiful and intense on camera as it really is in life. Hopefully it'll come through on the swatches. This little mini palette has 2 satin shades, 1 super dark brown matte shade, and then of course this glittery metallic shade. These colors are very neutral. You're not seeing those warm browns, warm creamy kind of champagne shades. While it's not the most exciting thing to look at, a palette like this can be very useful if you're the kind of person that just wants one little palette to do neutral everyday looks. This would really work for you. I think that this is a really nice complement to the Singapore palette. This is the other quad from the fall collection. This has 1 satin kind of purpley fuchsia shade, and then 3 of these super metallic shades in different golden bronze tones. So I think that this more neutral quad was a great sort of companion for this one. If you already have 1,000,001 neutral eyeshadows, then this is going to be the one that's probably more exciting, probably more suited to your needs. I don't really know that I'd be able to use this all on its own. simply because it is very shimmery and very glittery. But this is the one that I'm more attracted to and more excited by. I found the shadow quality in these quads to be extremely good. They were very easy to work with, pigmented, blendable, really reminded me of my beloved Wanted eyeshadow palette. I was a little bit nervous after the Endless Summer collection that had an eye and cheek palette, and those eyeshadows didn't really do it for me quality-wise. These quads are definitely not in the same boat. I love metallic, glitter, sparkle. I want all of that and more in my eyeshadows, so if you do not like glitter, then you will not like these, but I love me some eye glitter, so I'm all about it. I'm gonna show you some quick swatches and then I'll jump into a little demo. I'm starting my eye look off just like I always do. I'm applying my eye base. It's the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. Then we're gonna go into the Mohawk palette first. I'm using the pale satiny shade just to set my eye base and get a nice smooth surface to work on. Then I'll be using the taupey brown shade. This is also a satin finish, but I found that it applied really beautifully in the crease. Typically I like a matte shade for this kind of work, but I loved it in the crease as well as on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the dark brown matte shade and I'm going to apply that with a small fluffy brush, building it up very gently because this is quite dark and quite pigmented, but it blended out very easily. I'm going into the Singapore palette now and I'm using the satin magenta purple shade over top of my crease shade just to give it a little bit more warmth and a little pop of color there. Look at these metallics, they are insane. I'm going into the golden shade first, applying that all over the inner half of my lid using my fingertip. Then I'm going to go into the deeper, more bronzy shade and apply that to the outer part of my eyelid. Then I'm going to take the palest gold shade and I'm going to pop that right in the center of my lid where the two other metallic shades meet for a really bright sparkle right there in the middle. Then for my inner corner shade, I'm using the white icy glittery shade from the Mohawk palette. That is an awesome inner corner highlight. Then I just curled my lashes and added some of my Essence Lash Princess mascara, and that finishes off my look. I really love how my look turned out today. These eyeshadows are giving me life. I can't stop staring in the mirror because they're so bright and metallic. So the eyeshadows are definitely my favorite thing from the collection, particularly that Singapore palette, although I did like both. I know that I will be using this brow pencil more. I do think it's probably going to end up being a bit expensive for what it is, but all in all, I liked the product and I did like the way that it performed for me. As far as the lip palette goes, if you're into lip palettes, I do think this is a great one. The NARS Audacious formula is a beautiful lipstick formula. It's well loved for a reason. I think the packaging is cool. I like that it comes with a great mirror and a lip brush. For me, lip palettes just aren't practical. They're not my thing. But if you're a makeup artist, I would definitely think this would be a great thing for your kit. So now I want to know, what do you think of this fall color collection? Which products are really grabbing your eye? What are your favorite fall shades? Leave a comment and let us know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Limited edition collections. NARS will... This brow special. Dang it. I would say that it's too early, but it's like 11 a.m. It's not too early. I just can't talk because of who I am as a person. What? Prowlet? What? Who are you? Get your life together. I like the product and I like the way it Dang it. I do not understand why they named this shade Sloth, because this one takes by far the most work to perfectly apply, which you can probably tell I gave up on that, but yeah, this one took the most building up, the most like lip perfecting. So Sloth, no. It should be one of those like easy medium nude, just like throw on, you can barely tell it's there. That should be Sloth, not this. This is high maintenance. This is not Sloth. It looks cool though.